All right, as everyone's coming in, welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started. Really happy to see everybody here. For those of you who are not able to make it, you can pass this information on if someone wasn't able to make it. We will be recording this session tonight, and I will be sending it out in an email so that everyone that has registered online will receive a copy of this video tonight. So again, thank you guys all for joining us. We're going to talk about Spook O Ree is happening on Saturday. Yay, how exciting. And about the camping that's involved in that and the whole fun weekend we're about to have together. But before we get started in all of that, we're going to go ahead and say a prayer. So a scout is reverent. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this wonderful blessing of leadership in scouting that you have given all of us here tonight. Thank you for allowing us the privilege of being able to guide and nurture the youth under our arms and our wings. Lord, help this weekend be productive and fun and exciting and adventurous and most importantly, safe, Lord, for all involved. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here tonight and bless this time that we have together and our work to your service. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, well, Spook O Ree planning. So for this weekend, most of you guys are probably all ready to go. If you're camping, you've probably already got your food things laid out and people are lined up and where they're going to be camping and all of that. But I did want to talk specifically starting off with Spook O Ree. So the event of Spook O Ree is basically a Saturday event. And so think of it like the camping is separate from the actual event that's happening on Saturday. And I want to point out some things because I want to start everyone out under the premise that this Spook O Ree this year is going to be different from last year. So if you're expecting things to be the same as they've been for the last 10 years or so, they're very much not the same. And for all of the reasons I'm sure you already know. But the first thing you need to know is when you walk up to Spook O Ree, when you check in on Saturday morning, you're not going to be handed all kinds of stuff. You got to figure out where they are and how to get around. And so we'll talk a little bit about how that's going to work. The first thing is Saturday morning when you get to Spook O Ree, you're going to arrive at 9:00 a.m. and we're going to show you how to get to that entrance location. And I'm going to have Danny go ahead and play a video at this time to show you how to get there. Danny? We cannot hear it. There we go. Still do not hear it. Well, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. While Danny tries to find the sound on that, we're going to continue on to the next thing. So basically, everyone will check in at Howard Lodge. And again, if you don't know how to get to Howard Lodge, in a few minutes we'll play that video and show you how to get there. But every person that's coming to camp to Spook O Ree on Saturday needs to check in at Howard Lodge. That's every single soul. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. Every person is going to have to get temperature checked. So that means your whole pack has to come, every single person, and get their temperature checked and check in, okay? And that is different than in years past, because in years past, a pack could come and say your scout, leader could come and check the whole unit in. But this year, we need you to come individually and get everyone's checked, okay? And then from there, you're going to be assigned to a cohort. And we will tell you tonight, we're going to send out an email after this as well to send out to everyone who registered and to tell you what cohort you're going to be in, the number. But even if you don't get that email or if you forget it, don't worry, because when you check in Saturday morning, we're going to remind you which cohort you're in. And as soon as you get your temperature checked, you're going to be able to go straight to that location, which is going to be right there in the field next to Howard Lodge. And you'll meet up with the rest of your people. And so that means if you're in a large pack, probably the only people in your cohort are going to be that pack. If you're in a really small pack or you only have a few people from your pack attending, you're probably going to be mixed up with other people from other packs. We're trying to limit the size of our groups. And so that's why we're putting everybody in what we call cohorts. Now, as far as trying to get around, you're not going to have to really think about that much because we're going to have cohort guides. And these are, very smart, Scouts, BSA members that will guide you around camp. They have much experience knowing where everything is. And so they're going to lead you from activity to activity to activity. And so you're not going to be able to have to find your way around to figure all of that out. So it's going to be really simple. This Saturday, I just want to lay this out. It's going to be really easy. You really aren't going to have to worry about too much. It's going to be very relaxed. You will really enjoy yourself. We had a great time last Saturday, and I hope that you will this weekend as well. As far as the activities are concerned, we're going to have a spooky hayride. That's going to be a lot of fun. And there will be some stations of people, scouts, doing some spooky things while the hayride is going past. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to have a BB gun station as well, archery, and we're doing some canoeing this year, which is new. We've never really done that at Spook O Ree, so that's exciting. And we think you guys are having a lot of fun with that. And then, of course, we'll have traditional field games, and we'll have the pumpkin painting contest at lunchtime. Now, one thing I wanted to alert you to is that if you haven't already figured this out, we have a special Spook O Ree Facebook group, and we really want to push you to encourage your people to go ahead and check out that Facebook group. And here's why. On that group page, you're going to find that there is a costume contest that is happening, and this is involving everybody who registered for Spook O Ree and attended Spook O Ree last weekend or this weekend. And we really want you guys to, get your little scouts and up in their costumes and take pictures of them and post them in that group. It's a private, secure group. Only the people who attend Spook O Ree can see these pictures, by the way. But go ahead and show off their cute costumes, and then we're actually having a competition. So for every den winner of every den across the board, whoever participates, we will have a $25 Amazon gift card that will be presented to that winner. And so we'll be voting on that by you. You will be doing the ones who will be doing the voting. So everybody, who's in that group will be voting on their favorite one, and whoever has the most likes, if you will win. And so it's kind of how it's going to go. So go ahead and pass that information along, because again, we will be awarding prizes for that. We do want to make sure everybody gets a chance to compete in that costume contest. Everybody who registered here was sent a link to that group yesterday. So if you have not received that link, please let us know, and I will for sure make sure that you get that. While I'm talking through all of this, remember we do have a chat box going on. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in that chat box. And at the end, we'll go ahead and try to answer as many of those as we can. If you still leave this meeting with some questions, please give us a call tomorrow, or you can even do an email to us and let us know what those questions are, and we will try to answer them the best we can before we get to Saturday. I also want to talk about lunch. Lunch is going to be a little different, so you'll have about an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of time during lunch. That's when you get to paint your pumpkins. It's also when you get to eat your lunch. But you have to bring your own lunch. We're not providing lunch for anybody due to COVID restrictions, obviously. So be sure you bring your own lunch, and all of your scouts bring their lunches as well, however you guys decide to do that as a pack. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of things to do, but one thing that will be different this year is we will not have a closing campfire, okay? So everything will pretty much end by 5:45, could potentially end just a few minutes past or a few minutes before, depending on how all the rotations go, but pretty much everything will be done by 5:45 p.m. and you'll be free to go back to your campsite if you're camping, or you can go home if you're not camping. And so either way, it's going to be a good day. Speaking of camping, so all of our programming is going to happen only on the Camp Thunder side of camp. So there will be no activities going on the Flint River Adventure side of camp. So if you went ahead and you registered online for Spook O Ree for the adventure side, that was just in case we had more than 300 people. Fortunately, we didn't have more than 300 people, so everybody is going to be on one side of camp. That, as far as the programming goes. As far as camping goes, you're spread out on both sides of camp. Okay, and if there is some reason why you would like to come and camp on the Thunder side of camp, please let us know as soon as possible. We do have camping spots open on the Thunder side, and we are happy to move you from the adventure side to the Thunder side if you would like to do that. But you need to let us know before Saturday so we can make sure and make those adjustments for you. So again, there is space on the Thunder side if you want to camp over there and your pack is already camping on the adventure side. Go ahead and let us know so we can move you. All right. As far as checking in for camping, whether you're coming on Friday night or Saturday night, Miss Jane Cleveland will be checking you in, but don't worry about having to try to find her, because she will find you. She's going to come to your campsite and check you in and do all that stuff and take care of you and make sure that you have the best experience ever. All right, so camping is separate from Spook O Ree, and Spook O Ree is going to be all day Saturday, and we're going to have an amazing time. I promise. It's going to be great. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and take some questions. And I am looking through the chat box. It says, what is the Facebook group again? So the Facebook group is called, you won't be able to find it. So you have to be sent a link. It's a secret private group to protect the children. So we're going to send you out the link again tonight. Whenever I go ahead and send this video out, you're going to get the link with it as well. All right. So I can't just tell you what it is. You're not going to be able to find it anyway, again, because it's secret. Danny says he's ready with the video, so I'll go ahead and let him play the video. Danny?
Hey guys, we're really looking forward to having you down at Spook O Ree this weekend. We come down here all the time, so we don't have trouble finding our way around, but we thought we'd just shoot a couple of quick videos so you can kind of see where to go and know where you're going when you get here. So this is the main road entrance into camp. We're going to walk this way just a little bit, and you'll see as you approach the camp sign, you can turn right or you can go straight. And we want you to go straight because going straight is going to take you down to the main entrance, and we'll take a look at that in a few minutes. But if you slow down, you can look to the right and you can see the waterfront down here at Longhorn Scouting Base at Camp Thunder. We're going to have some events down there. That's where you'll be canoeing, and we're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday morning. So let's go find another place to show you a picture. As you come down the road, the next thing you're going to see is the entrance to our staff area. You're not on staff, so don't turn in there. Follow me and I'll kind of show you where you're going to go. You look way down the road, not really that far, it's probably 100 feet, is the main entrance to camp. We'll walk down there. This is the main entrance to camp. You're going to turn right. You just kind of follow me. We'll take a shot down in here. If you haven't been to camp before, and you wouldn't recognize this, but if you've been here, what you know is at the end of that parking lot is a place called Howard Lodge. We'll go take a shot of that in just a second. But you're going to come into here, and by the time you get to here, there will be people to direct you on where to sign in and where to go. This is where we're going to take your temperature. We're going to make sure you don't look sick, that you can come to camp, and we'll get you checked in, and we'll show you where you're going to go after that. Okay, we're in the parking lot. From here, walk this way. There'll be people to direct you, but you'll park in here pretty much anywhere, and after you get checked or screened, and then you'll make your way down toward Howard Lodge, which is right down this way, and from there, you're going to be directed to the right, and on the right, we'll show you that in just a minute, there's a parade field, and on that parade field, there will be some places where you'll meet up with the rest of your cohort, who you'll spend the rest of the day with. So we're going to show you a picture of that real quick, and then we'll be looking forward to seeing you on Saturday morning. All right, here's the last stop. Follow me. After you get out of your car, you had your temperature checked, and you're all checked in, you're gonna come walk this way. You can walk down the road and take the shortcut through here. On the left, we have Howard Lodge. If you don't know why Howard Lodge is named Howard Lodge, you should find out while you're down here. There's some great stories there. We're gonna zoom the camera to the right, and you'll see a nice parade field out here. And on this parade field, there will be a number of pop-ups where you and the rest of your cohort will gather, and these are the people you're going to spend time with for the rest of the day. And this is where your day will start. All the way down at the end of the field, that building's a trading post. We hope you bring some money because we have stuff to sell in there that we know you're going to want. At a minimum, you're probably going to want a soft drink or a candy bar before the day's over. But there are t-shirts and belts and all kinds of other scout things in there. So this is where your day will begin. We're going to have a great time doing things like shooting BB guns and bows and arrows and canoeing. And then around 5:45, we're going to send you home. Look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. That was fantastic. All right. Well, hopefully that helps everybody understand where to go, where to park, do all that stuff. I did see a question in the chat box as we were watching that, wanting to know temperatures at the road or at Howard Lodge. So what's going to happen is you will drive in, you will park, you'll get out of your car, you'll come up to the porch of Howard Lodge. Everything's going to take place on the porch of Howard Lodge as far as the check-in process goes. So just come up the stairs, you'll see us there. We'll be taking temperatures and all that, making sure that everyone is safe. So all that's happening, the check-in process on the porch at Howard Lodge. That was a great question. How early can you arrive on Saturday? We'll be there at 8 o'clock checking volunteers in. And so you can arrive 8:30, 9 o'clock is fine. I'll be there. So you can go ahead and do that. But we will make sure that you don't get started until 9 o'clock. So even if you check in early, you're going to have to like go back to your campsite or whatever until 9. So I would just advise you to come as close to 9 as possible because that's as early as you're going to be able to go from that check-in station to your cohort because your cohort guide will not be ready for you until 9 o'clock. Okay. Let's see. what else? Oh, there were some issues with the video on some people's ends. I understand that. That is exactly one of the reasons why we will also be sending out a recording of this, a link to a recording of this, so everyone will be able to view it later. And so hopefully it won't lag in that format for you. And then if we're camping Saturday, only do we need to show up early to set up our site before we get started. So yeah, I mean, if you want time to start at 9 o'clock, you're going to probably have to set up your campsite before you get to Spook O Ree, you know, so the Spook O Ree event day, the program day. So I would definitely get there early and set up your thing before 9 o'clock. All right. Is there any other questions? Danny, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, thanks, Rebecca. Thanks very much for that and talking to everybody. Just a couple of things. One, first of all, and most importantly, is we're just very, very excited that you'll be down and be with us at camp. We had a great weekend last week. We had a couple of you guys that said, hey, you know, I'm registered for last weekend, but it's going to rain. I got rained on last year. So you moved out to this week. The good news is we didn't really get rained on last week till the very, very end, but then we got rained on a lot. And so right now it looks like we're going to have beautiful, perfect fall weather for this weekend coming up, and we know it's going to be just a great time for you. Just going to add to a couple of the questions that we could that we talked about. If you are worried about time for setting up and you're only camping on Saturday, I did put a note. You got a little over 2 hours for lunch, so I don't know how many people you got, how big a setup you got. So you got some time to deal in there, and we will be absolutely finished by 5:45. So you still got an hour and a half, couple hours of daylight there. So you can make yourself happy about that. It's I got somebody asking now if you could set up tomorrow afternoon at camp, and the answer is we'd really rather you not. It's we're still doing some setup and cleaning, and don't know for sure exactly when your site will be ready. If you're a real easygoing person and you get to your site and you find out there's a possum in your little train, and that's okay with you, you might could get by with that. But understand that, you know, our service starts, you know, kind of when it starts. So we'd like to not see you at camp until late afternoon at best, so those people have enough time to get ready, and then they can do their. It's again, if you're willing to just come hang out, if they're busy, you're welcome to do that. But understand we'll be asking for your patience when you're there. I guess the only other thing that we will tell you is it takes we have last count I got, we had 52 volunteers that are bringing this experience to you tomorrow, and they'll be coming at you in all kinds of shapes and forms, and some of them will be very zombie-like, but even the zombies deserve a thank you. And a lot of people gave a lot of time, and so make sure you say thank you to those guys. And there's a lot of equipment that you'll see at camp. It takes a lot of equipment to give a hayride to 300 people, and that's about what we have coming. And so tell that tractor driver thank you, because it's probably his tractor, and he brought it down there for us to use. And again, anything else that you think you need, like Rebecca said, we'll be sending out links both to the video and to this meeting. And but we're around all day tomorrow, so call us if you need us. And just know that it's going to be a great day on Saturday, and we're looking forward to seeing you. And for those of you who are just there for the day, we'll probably get you out in time to get home before the first quarter of the football game, because I know most of you are excited about that. That's all I have, Rebecca.
All right. Well, thank you, Danny. I appreciate it. Well, guys, I wanted to make this short and sweet, and it looks like we've accomplished that. So we're under 30 minutes even. So hopefully it didn't take too much of your time. But I do want to thank every single person for being here tonight. Remember, I'll be sending out a link. Please share that link with your families that are coming, just so that they are also on the same sheet that you are, especially about the Facebook page. We don't want anyone to miss out on that opportunity. So again, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody here on Saturday and Friday, not here, but at camp on Friday and Saturday for Spook O Ree. So have a great night. Good night, everybody.
So here's the great thing about being the host of a Zoom meeting is when I'm tired of you, all I have to do is click on the little red button